Single moms, I want to talk to you. I've been in your shoes. And if you've ever stared at your bank account in tears, if you've ever said no to your kids and with just that guilt and that shame, if you've ever felt guilty and drowning in debt and wondering how you're supposed to do this alone, I promise you this video is going to change everything. First of all, you are not lazy. You are not irresponsible. You are not behind. You're just operating in survival mode with zero support, no time, and the entire weight of the world on your shoulders. My name's Miranda. I've been a single mom for 4 or 5 years now. I've lived the nights where I would wake up with panic attacks in the middle of the night, wondering how I'm going to pay the bills. I've driven DoorDash. I've done pet sitting. I've started an online business and had success. And I'm going to talk to you about all these things today. I'm going to show you how you can get out of debt, even if your situation feels impossible right now. Okay. But, before we talk numbers, we need to talk about why you feel stuck financially. And it's not what you think. But most moms think their debt is a math problem, right? Your income minus your expenses, if there's not enough, and then you're trying to pay the debt on top of that. We think it's math, but it really is emotional, right? Have you ever really asked yourself, why am I spending when I don't have the money? And what can I do about this? You're exhausted, you're burnt out, you're doing everything alone. Maybe you have a partner that's bugging you about money, and it's just constantly in the forefront of your mind. So, when you finally have 5 minutes to breathe, your brain craves escape, not spreadsheets and trying to figure this out, right? We just want to relax. We just want peace and joy in our hearts. We don't want this trauma, this responsibility. Okay, I used to shut down. That shame was heavy. I avoided my mail, the emails, the phone calls. I avoided the numbers. I even avoided talking about and thinking about money. If this is you, it's okay. Breathe. You're human and you're safe. Okay. But the shift starts really where you realize that your beliefs create your choices. Okay. Your choices create your habits and your habits create your money, right? If you believe I'm bad with money, I can never get ahead, I'll always struggle, guess what? Your brain will subconsciously make sure you stay in that story. Okay, so today you're going to break that cycle. You got to say out loud, you got to reprogram your brain. I am not my debt. I am becoming financially free. Just like the scale does not determine your identity, your weight is not who you are, right? You can say, I am healthy and strong. I am becoming the best version of myself. It's the same thing. Okay? You might have to do this over and over and over, but we have to be aware of our thoughts. And it's not easy. And it's probably been years of programming. I'm in my mid 40s. A lot of programming has been done. We might have parents that say, money doesn't grow on trees. Sorry, we can't afford that. The society tells us we go to spend thousands of dollars on college and you pray that you get a great income and a good job and you work for 40 years. I found a way to do it differently. And I want to share that because as a single mom, I know how hard it is. And when you find a way to earn income online, you want to share it. So, first of all, we do have to do some of this, right? If you've already done this, that's okay. But like step one, you have to really know your numbers, okay? Some of us don't want to look, right? Some of us really don't want to take a look at those numbers, but you have to, right? You have to see your starting point because you can then see your progress and look at, what's changed, all right? I know it sucks. I know it's scary. I know sometimes you just want to avoid it, but you have to. And I really would love to even, I'm offering to sit down with people and help because sometimes you just need accountability and you just need help. So I'm happy to do that. You can get to my community. You can go to this website. You can email me. I would love to help you with that because I know it's hard to trust people. I know we feel alone. I know it's overwhelming and exhausting. But in the next week or so, if you haven't already, write down everything, right? All your debt, the car loans, the mortgage, the credit cards, the balance, the minimum payment, the total interest rate, and the total, right? Don't judge yourself. We feel like debt is bad. What if it's not bad? What if it's like, thank you, God, that I got to borrow in order to have this home, in order to have this car, in order to have some of these things that I couldn't afford at the time. But now you're ready to move forward and get rid of some of that debt because if it's a weight on your shoulders, it's not serving you well, right? But it's okay. Don't judge yourself, right? So the number is not your identity. It's simply just your starting point, okay? You're not facing your debt, you're facing your freedom. All right, number two, you have to choose a plan, right? So you've all heard of the snowball method. You've heard of the avalanche method. You have to pick what feels good to you. And I can go into more about that, but you can Google a lot of that. What feels good in your body? What feels good to you? If you need fast wins, snowball is probably the one, right? If you'd rather do more logical and want to save long term, probably avalanche. I'm not going to go into a ton of details. You can Google that. But choosing a plan today and really then like deciding you're going to do this. And it creates momentum, right? Debt grows when you delay. So you have to decide that you are ready to tackle this. And let's have fun with it, right? Let's make it fun. Let's have joy and peace around it. Let's not, have struggle anymore. All right. So number three, create your debt freedom amounts. Debt freedom amount. Okay, what is that? So this could be a number, right? Even if it's $100 a month, that goes towards debt every single month. Where does that come from? It could be a side hustle, right? I did network marketing for years. I still earn an income from network marketing. I'm grateful for that. But I only earned 20%. Now I earn 100% profit with my online business, right? So it could be dog sitting. I did that for years, got tired of messes all over my carpet. I did DoorDash. I got tired of trading time for money. I got tired of the wear and tear on my car. I never thought I'd be a pizza delivery girl, but here I was delivering pizza. And I'm not shaming. I did it. I'm grateful for that. I could go out and earn $100 on a Friday, Saturday night, no problem. And then I knew I had money to put food on the table for my kids. So I'm grateful for that. That might be your first step. Obviously, cutting expenses, right? I went through and I cut everything, right? No more cable, no more whatever subscriptions you have. I mean, some of us don't even know if we're not aware, right? Maybe you had a bonus or a tax return. Use that to your advantage to pay off debt. And then what I'm doing is this 2-hour workday income. You guys, in 2 hours a day, I am making an impact and changing the lives of, and helping other moms do this, right? But that number becomes your identity. It becomes your promise to yourself. You decide, you put a line in the sand like, I'm done. I'm doing this. I'm moving forward, right? So you're not paying debt. You're paying for your future. Okay. Step four, obviously increase your income, right? I cut expenses, but at some point you have to, well, you may have to increase your income. You can ask your job for a raise, right? I actually did that a couple years ago. Unfortunately, it kind of fell through. They promised me and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. But you can ask for a raise, right? Um, if you feel like you don't, you can get a second job. Again, I did some of that. I did a virtual assistant online for a little while, $17 an hour. I mean, I have a great six-figure job. I'm very, very grateful. I live in a wonderful community, but I feel like my expenses are more than my income. And even after I cut back, right? And you may have to look at this every single month, every 6 months. But I knew I wanted more income, right? I mean, it's hard living in this day and age, right? The groceries are going up, the gas is going up. All the expenses feel like they're going up, except our income is not going up proportionately, right? So I decided when I saw this online to work 2 hours a day, I was sick and tired of trading time for money. I was sick and tired of being in the same place and nothing happening and nothing changed. It felt like I was making progress. I mean, I got rid of thousands and thousands of debt just by doing DoorDash, debt consolidation, watching dogs, watching expenses. But now I have income that is on autopilot. I had no idea this was even possible. And this is my passion now because I want to help other single moms know there is a better way. And you can go get another job and do all these things, but If you're not doing this, where you have an automated business out there working for you and you're just working a couple hours a day on this, this is life-changing income. And it's going to take time. It's not get rich quick, right? But you earn 100% profit, okay? So as long as you are coachable, right? If you're willing to say, hey, I need help, I need a coach, I need a mentor, I can help you. But also, we have a whole community of 57,000 plus people. We have mentorship, we have six-figure earners that are helping me, right? But some of them are charging, and I'm not charging for that right now, right? But all you do is you're creating content. You have to be consistent. You do need to be willing to somewhat be consistent, right? A couple hours a day. That might sound like a lot, but how much are you watching Netflix or movies or shows or scrolling? I mean, if I'm being honest, I can find myself scrolling for 30 minutes. So instead, I'm using that time to build a business online and make an income. Okay. You're automating your system. Uh, 100% profit. I mean, I can go on and on. So an extra $1,000 becomes a reality. Within 10 days, I had my business up and running and I already earned my investment back. And the investment is up to you. We have four, actually five now, different options to get started. So you can get started at $100, 300, 600, 900, or 1,400. Right now, I have 10 income streams because we have English and Spanish. So there's options. And you can go to believeindailypay.com to get more info. There's a couple videos. You can email me there. I would love to answer any questions you have, but the videos there should answer. But here's the thing. You can stay in this cycle for another year, or you can start building freedom today. I am so thankful I started this 18 months ago. My life is completely different, and I know I can feel a shift coming, that there's a huge trajectory, because I know people need this. All right, number 5. You have to build a strong why, right? You really have to know, why are you doing this? And I have had to really dig deep here, Why? Obviously, there's the obvious reasons, right? You may not want to feel this guilt, shame anymore. You want to be there for your kids. I mean, I have a kid in college and a senior, so next year I'll have 2 kids in college. I don't ever want money to be the reason that I cannot go visit my kids. Never, ever, ever, right? And then eventually we'll have grandkids, right? Depending on your age. So this step matters more than the math. Why do you want to be debt free? Number one, when I decided to make this decision, I felt empowered and I was actually walking it out. And, now that I've made thousands of dollars online, I am so grateful. And this is too good not to share, right? Plus, your kids are watching. Your kids are watching you win, right? And you share this with them. You're tired of surviving. You don't want to be crying over the bills anymore. You want to be able to breathe again. You want to be able to lay in bed at night and not think. I mean, imagine how it would feel to actually take control and lay in bed at night and just have this peace and this joy and this relief that, wow, I'm doing this. I did this. I'm doing this. I'm taking the steps, right? This is bigger than money. This is about your self-worth and your identity and your legacy. So when your why is emotional, your discipline becomes automatic, right? You really have to stick to why. So you do not have to do this alone, right? I have a community of women we're doing this with. If you're ready to make extra income in just 2 hours a day, if you want a simple system that helps moms pay off debt faster than they ever believed, if you want coaching and community and accountability, click that link, go to believeindailypay.com. You deserve financial freedom. And especially as a single mom, right? I've had partners off and on, and some of them I feel judged, some of them I feel supported, but when and if I find a partner that I'm, going to be with forever, I want to be in a great place. I want to say, I have financial freedom, right? I have my debt taken care of. I don't want someone to be taking care of me. I want to be able to do this for myself. I got myself in this situation. Your debt does not define you. Your decisions do, okay? And today you just made a new one. I'm proud of you. So thank you, thank you, thank you for watching. I pray this really blessed you. I pray this opened your eyes a little bit. And again, just do yourself a favor. If you are struggling and feeling the pain, you've watched this long, thank you. Go to believeindailypay.com. I would love to have a conversation with you, get to know your numbers. If I can help you in any way, I've been through a lot of this and I'm still walking through it, but man, my heart wants to help other moms. So thank you for coming this far, and I hope you have a great day.